where I say why I don't blame Buhari for the current economic recession. Oh, there was no single positive or neutral comment. All the comments were just abusing me, calling me names and things. Because I was giving facts. And the people who are cursing me and calling me names, no argument. The only argument they have is that because you are not living in Nigeria, or the prices are increasing, or Naira has become this and that. That is the only argument they have. Why I am bad. But I wrote like maybe 10 pages, or it was video. I spoke so many facts. I gave so many facts and arguments. Why Buhari is not to blame for it. They were not even listening to what I said. Emotions. So that is why people like Hitler will rejoice, because they could be easily manipulated. Just like when I came to you the other time, and somebody was asking me, what do you think about what Bishop Oyedepo said about the South Kaduna killing? And I said, no, but Bishop Oyedepo was not saying anything about South Kaduna thinking. That was not about South Kaduna thinking. What he said was before. But people will just manipulate you. People think that, people know that masses don't think. That majority of people are just biomasses. So they went and put a 2-year-old video and put it and said it was 2 weeks old. And people will not even analyze it and realize the truth. Just like the other situation I spoke to you about last week, about that Apostle Suleiman. You see, he has kept quiet now. He cannot talk like that again after going to visit the police, DSS, and somebody said, thank God they released him. He has kept he's now behaving himself. That was why it was right for him to have been persecuted. That is why prosecuted, not persecuted, but prosecuted. That is why it was right for the government to have called him to order. So that he will stop speaking anyhow. They will know that there is government, there is order in the land. Now he has kept quiet. That is why law and order is necessary. So the ability to think is one of the greatest things Jesus brought to us. If you want, go and study places where how many times Jesus has spoken things like this. Verily, verily, I speak unto you. Verily, verily, I say unto you. What is he trying to say? He's trying to make us to think, to pay attention, to get things that he's talking about. He wants us to be deep thinkers. How many times did Jesus say, he that has ear, let him hear. He that has ear, let him hear. So that we will think. He's not talking about physical ear, he's talking about thinking faculties. He wants us to be Homo sapiens. He wants us to be thinking people. So, because if we don't think, other people will take advantage of you. If you don't think, you will just fall under mass deception. And people will take advantage of you and use you like Hitler, like Stalin, use a whole, millions of people. What a joy for rulers, that masses, that people don't think. What a joy today for churches, for church leaders, for pastors, that members don't think. In fact, there are some churches and there are some ministers that intentionally discourage their churches from thinking. They intentionally discourage their congregations from thinking. So they tell you, in fact, there are books, there are so many books that are out there that tell you that if you want to think or ask any question at all, that you are rebellious, that you are a rebel or something. So there is a whole system of captivity. It's a whole system of enslavery. And some of us have allowed the system, religion, to enslave us. Some of us have allowed, religion and bigotry to enslave us, to deceive us, to captivate our mind, and we have even mortgaged our minds to this mediocrity. That's why anything that you want to do, anything that people are doing around you, don't just be a biomasses that is just following everybody's leading. Don't just be a biomasses that is just following and doing everything everybody else is doing around you. Even up to praying and dancing in the church. Even praying in church. Sometimes it's just